Ladies and gentlemen, members of the Rotary Club, thank you for giving us this opportunity to speak before you today. We really appreciate this chance to make our voices heard. Now, we recognise that much time and goodwill has gone into the organisation of Youth Speaks. We assume that Rotary makes this investment because its members acknowledge that the ability to communicate effectively through speech is a vital life skill. One that, as the late Christabel Burniston, founder of the ESB, the English Speaking Board, said had the power to give people the authority to stand on their own 2 feet and take their rightful place in society. A sentiment echoed by Livy Purvis, that's just last month in an article in the Times. Now, every employer in this room will recognise the importance of clear and effective communication, and that is why the first line in just so many job descriptions, regardless of the actual role, asks for excellent oral and written communication skills. Now, I mean, who really wants to do business with a car mechanic who can't explain why you need to change the cam belt, or a doctor who cannot fully explain the side effects of your treatment? Now, whether we are talking about the hairdresser explained to my granddad why she can't make him look like George Clooney, or Malala speaking out to the United Nations on her 16th birthday, effective communication is key. Yet, sadly, Michael Gove, Minister of State for Education, apparently does not share our view, because if he did, he would not have allowed Ofqual, the qualifications watchdog, to announce on the 29th of August this year the immediate axing of the spoken English component for the English language GCSE, particularly in light of the fact that 92% of respondents to Ofqual's consultation said it should stay. I mean, what kind of message is he trying to send out to the 670,000 Year 11 pupils due to take their exam this summer, many of whom had already completed and had assessed the spoken English component of their exam? Now, I can tell you, my brother and his friends felt confused and angry. They just couldn't wrap their heads around the fact that the government could enforce such changes midway through their course. And to them, Michael Gove's message was crystal clear. Good oral communication skills just don't matter. What a travesty. So why has Mr. Gove decided to change this now? We warn you, the answers are shocking. Now, a few of you may have recalled last August there was a problem over the marking of the English language GCSE. Ofqual decided to raise the grade boundaries, and this resulted in large numbers of pupils failing to reach their predicted grades. Now, it transpired that Ofqual did this because they felt teachers were overinflating grades of coursework, especially in respect to spoken English. Effectively, what they were saying is that English teachers had cheated. Cheating a system is without doubt wrong, unacceptable, and needs to be addressed. Our generation needs to know the system is fair and that we will be justly rewarded for our effort. And that's why we think it was right for Ofqual acted so quickly, but feel his chosen form of action to be very, very wrong. Its decision to act spoken English on the grounds it can be delivered fairly is like completely scrapping the maths GCSE because some teachers turned a blind eye to students using calculators when they shouldn't, or completely cutting cancer care in Colchester because some hospital administrators fiddled the waiting time statistics. If the pursuit of good communication skills is valuable, and I'm sure we all believe it is, then surely Ofqual's response to finding out the system was unreliable should have been to put in urgent measures to make it more reliable. Unfortunately, Ofqual felt this was, and I quote, unachievable. Now, we simply do not accept Ofwell's claim that spoken English cannot be assessed well. One only has to take a look at the English-speaking board who have been successfully teaching and assessing spoken English for the past 60 years to know that this task is certainly doable. The ESB model involves using external examiners, people with no formal alliance to any particular school, to carry out the assessments. And marks are awarded via a strict criteria. As the saying goes, where there's a will, there's a way. The spoken English component for the English language GCSE could be made fairer. To choose instead to axe it denies young people the opportunity to become comfortable with their own voice, denies them the opportunity to practice marshalling their thoughts under pressure, and denies them the self-confidence that comes from knowing they have presented their voice well. So please, don't deny our generation their voice, Mr. Gove. Because if you do, you may just find you've inadvertently thrown out the baby with the bathwater.